People think that self-doubt is a sign that they are not good enough, that they lack certain skills, and that they should not pursue their goals. For most people, it is a reason to quit, to stop dreaming about anything at all, to question themselves and to think that they are not the right person to achieve their goals, their dreams. It makes people believe that they are not capable of achieving anything. This is the most popular and at the same time the worst approach to self-doubt. That is because if you approach self-doubt in this way, then you are essentially allowing this emotion to control you, to convince you that you have no skills, that you have no talents, that you lack confidence to achieve your goals. Now, my mission with this video is to not only completely change the way you see the self-doubt, but also to introduce you to the new concept that will allow you to truly master yourself and unlock new ocean of opportunities. So definitely watch this video because it will be life-changing. So let's start by thinking what kind of event needs to happen in order for you to later say that this exact event started your character development arc, which means this period when you actually push yourself to your limits and you actually start working on yourself and you actually develop yourself a lot. Heartbreak, a massive argument with your parents, your friend betraying you. Those are the kind of events that often push you to work on yourself more, to develop yourself. I want you to notice that all of them are negative. They are unpleasant, uncomfortable, and you could say that they are dark. And this is the exact same case for self-doubt. It is uncomfortable, it is unpleasant, it is a negative emotion, and you could say that it is dark. So now what I'm about to tell you will absolutely open your eyes. So if you are listening to me, you should remember that just a moment ago I told you that if you approach self-doubt in the wrong way, then you will allow this emotion to convince you that you lack certain skills. And there is a reason why I said that in this exact way. Think about it. If you lack certain skills, then why not just develop them? When you heard Iman Gadzhi or Andrew Tate tell you to start this new business model, what did you do? Did you know everything? No. You probably needed to dive deeper into this topic and to make some research on this business model and learn about it. And then you probably tried and you failed and the self-doubt hit you and you gave up. Why? Why didn't you recognize that you were not able to land this client because you lacked certain skills in marketing or sales? Why instead of developing these skills, you gave up? When I'm saying this right now, it makes sense, right? Why instead of developing the skills that are necessary for you to succeed in a certain field, why would you quit? Instead of quitting, you should logically just spend more time developing the necessary skills. If you were not able to land a client, then it simply meant it was a sign that you did not have the skills necessary for that. You probably did not have the sales skills. Maybe you did not know how to market yourself or your offer. And so according to the philosophy of a growth mindset, which I believe you do have if you are watching these types of videos, then you should realize that you can develop those skills. You can make yourself better. You can develop yourself and you can learn all of those skills. And if you try for long enough, if you dedicate enough time for that, then you will be able to land this client, because the only thing that it will take you will be to learn those skills, to develop them. And so I will repeat the question, why instead of developing those skills, you gave up? As I said, it makes sense right now when I'm telling you that in this way, but being honest, it is normal that you did not understand that this self-doubt was not trying to tell you, to convince you that you lack certain skills. It was trying to show you in a brutal way, but it was trying to show you that you need to improve in those areas, but you need to develop those exact skills. It was literally showing you where you need to improve. So what I'm trying to say here is that when you are feeling this self-doubt, it is just a sign. Well, it is uncomfortable and obviously it is an unpleasant sign, but it is a sign at the end of the day which shows you where you need to improve. This is the right approach to self-doubt. That is why I gave you this example of heartbreak, of your friend betraying you, of a massive argument with your parents. Because those are the kind of events that once happen, they kind of push you to start this character development arc. And as I said, those are negative events, but at the same time, they push you even more. If someone would tell you that, whoa, you did great, you landed a client, well, it would motivate you. It would give you more motivation, more energy to keep pushing and keep improving. But since it's not the negative emotion, it wouldn't do as much as someone coming up to you and telling you that if you don't land 3 clients in the next month, you are fired and you will not be able to eat anything and you will not be able to pay your bills. Well, it is negative, but it will give you much more energy and focus that you will then be able to dedicate towards fulfilling the task. This is the kind of approach that I want you to have in terms of the self-doubt. And again, when I'm saying all this right now, it probably starts to make a lot of sense for you, right? So you might ask yourself, why did I not see that before? Well, that is because no one introduced you to the art of shadow mastery before. Now, I feel like I explained why self-doubt is a great teacher for you, but before I go, I want to be the person who will introduce you to the art of shadow mastery, or some people call it the dark side mastery. It is, as I said in the beginning of this video, a really powerful thing that opens up a new ocean of opportunities for you. And it is called shadow or dark, not because it sounds badass, at least in my opinion, but because it is all about the things that people avoid talking about. By definition, darkness is the absence of light. And so following this logic, when people talk about certain things, when those things are commonly known, then they are on the light side. But when we are talking about the things that people usually avoid to talk about, they don't really understand them and they avoid them, just like self-doubt and all the other negative emotions, then there is no light in those things, which makes them fall into the dark side of the human nature. And the art of shadow mastery is all about diving deep into this dark side of your nature, learning the right approach to things that people usually avoid talking about, facing all of these negative emotions and taming them and turning them into additional sources of power. I'm telling you that because starting today there will be more content on this channel related to the dark side, to the mastery of the shadow. Since, as I already mentioned, I believe that this is the key to fully mastering yourself. So if you're interested in learning more, here is where I ask you for help. If you have any suggestions as to where I should start and what topics I should cover first, then feel free to let me know through Discord. Link is in the description. And yeah, that is everything from me for this video. I hope you found value in it. If that is the case, you can like it, you can subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Other than that, thank you for watching, and as always, keep pushing.